Have your legs felt heavy this week, even before you felt truly tired or out of breath at all? Could the harmless oil beside your stove be stressing your artery lining every morning, one quiet pour at a time? I am Dr. Thomas Bennett, and I study cardiovascular aging in older adults every week. Today, I will make this confusing subject simple. No miracle claims. You will see which oil deserves your closest attention after. The bottle matters, more than most think. Stay with me because a 10-second safety tip near the end is worth waiting for. Welcome, and thank you for being here. After 60, blood flow problems often begin quietly, not dramatically. That is the danger. Many people notice small changes and explain them away as normal aging. Cold fingers in a warm room may be an early clue.
After 60, circulation problems often begin silently.
And slower walking, brief dizziness, or legs that tire too soon. These signs do not automatically mean an artery is blocked, but they do tell us to respect circulation.
Heavy legs can be an early circulation clue. That harmless bottle may matter more than you think.
Circulation before a crisis appears. Blood flow is not only about how strongly your heart pumps, it is also about how calmly blood moves through vessels touched by years of pressure, sugar swings, inflammation, stress, and food choices. One of those choices may be sitting in plain sight beside the stove. Oil feels harmless because it is part of daily cooking. You pour it into a pan, spread it over vegetables, or avoid it because someone told you fat is bad. That old message left many seniors confused. As a doctor, I want to correct it carefully. After 60, the danger is not eating fat. The deeper issue is choosing the wrong fat, heating the wrong oil, or avoiding heart-supportive oils completely. That small difference changes the whole conversation. It turns a kitchen habit into a circulation decision. Your arteries are living tissue, not metal pipes waiting to be scrubbed clean. Their inner lining reacts to meals, blood pressure, cholesterol particles, smoke, movement, and inflammation. When the wrong fats dominate the diet, they disturb cholesterol balance and add pressure to that lining. When oils are overheated or reused, the problem can become even less friendly to your vessels. Over time, arteries lose flexibility. Blood flow becomes less forgiving. You may not feel it immediately, which is why the silence matters. This is also why I do not teach older adults to fear every drop of oil. Fear creates bad decisions. The science points in a better direction. Certain oils, used correctly, support a heart-healthy pattern because they contain unsaturated fats and protective plant compounds. They are not medicine, and they do not replace prescribed treatment, blood pressure control, walking, sleep, or your doctor's plan. But they can reduce dietary stress when they replace butter, shortening, trans fats, and heavy saturated fat habits. I have met many seniors who tried hard to eat clean. They skipped fried food, bought supplements, and still felt unsure. Some cooked healthy vegetables in an oil that broke down under high heat. Others bought a good oil but stored it beside heat and light. Some avoided oil so strictly that meals became dry, joyless, and impossible to maintain. That is not wisdom. It is fear wearing a health label. Instead of asking whether an oil is good or bad, ask whether it fits the cooking method. The right bottle used carelessly can become the wrong choice, while a simple swap can make the whole meal friendlier. A better approach is calmer, safer, and easier to follow every single day. If you are over 60 or watching for a parent, this lesson matters now. Arteries naturally stiffen with age, and blood pressure often becomes harder to control. Cholesterol has also had more years to irritate vulnerable areas. This does not mean your future is fixed. It means your daily choices need more precision. The oil bottle is not a magic cure, but it is not meaningless either. It belongs in the same conversation as walking, vegetables, sleep, weight, sugar control, and medication safety. Today, I will guide you through the oils many people trust and the ones that deserve caution. Then I will explain why one oil rises above the rest for artery-friendly habits. You will learn what to look for on the label, when heat changes the answer, and why natural is not always heart smart. Near the end, I will give you one 10-second tip for older adults. It can help you use oil more safely without turning your kitchen upside down. Oil number 5 is the quiet budget protector most seniors overlook. This oil does not look fancy, and that is exactly why many people ignore it. Canola oil often sits on a lower shelf while expensive bottles get all the
The
attention.
label
But after
can
60,
reveal the
one of the
smarter
smartest
choice.
questions is not, which oil sounds trendy? It is, which oil replaces
Near the
butter,
end,
shortening, and
one
heavier
10
fats
second
without
tip
stressing
can
the
protect
arteries?
your kitchen
Its
routine.
main strength is its fat balance. Canola oil is low in saturated
simple
fat
swap
and
can
higher in
make meals
unsaturated fats,
friendlier.
including monounsaturated fats and a small amount of plant omega-3 fat called ALA. In plain English, that matters because the artery lining does not like a steady stream of stiff, heavy fats from the same daily cooking habits. Think of your blood vessels like flexible roads. When the daily fat pattern is heavier, the road surface gets more irritated over time. When more of the fat comes from liquid plant oils, the body gets a cleaner traffic pattern to work with. It is not magic. It is replacement, repeated with purpose. Here is the part most seniors miss. The benefit is not from adding more oil to an already heavy diet. It comes from using a better oil instead of butter, lard, or repeated fried grease. That one swap changes the message your meals send to your cholesterol balance and blood vessels every single week. Use canola oil when you need a neutral oil for simple cooking. A small amount works for vegetables, eggs, beans, or fish on moderate heat. Keep the bottle closed, store it away from heat, and do not reuse old oil from a pan. Old oil is not saving money. It is adding stress. The common mistake is treating any clear oil as harmless too. If the bottle smells stale, looks cloudy when it should not, or has been sitting beside the stove for months, it no longer belongs in a heart-supportive kitchen. After 60, the oil you repeat matters more than the oil you try once. Canola oil earns the 5th position because it solves a basic problem. It helps older adults move away from heavier saturated fats, but it is not the most protective oil in this countdown. The next oil solves a different problem. It answers the heat question that ruins many good intentions. Oil number 4 is the high heat helper for the senior kitchen. This oil becomes important because many people choose a healthy oil, then damage it in a hot pan. That mistake is quiet. You do not see your artery lining react, and you do not feel inflammation rise after one meal. But repeated overheating changes the quality of the fat you are eating. Avocado oil is useful because it is rich in monounsaturated fat, the same broad family of fat that makes olive oil famous. Its special advantage is practical. Refined avocado oil handles higher heat better than delicate oils, so it fits meals that require roasting, sautéing, or a hotter pan. How many adults over 60 choose a healthy oil, then unknowingly damage it in a hot pan before it ever reaches their arteries? Right now, comment heat, and let that one word remind you for the long run. After 60, the right oil is not only about what is inside the bottle, but whether you use it at the right temperature. And tell me this in the comments so I can answer you with more detailed doctor-level guidance. Which oil do you usually use for cooking on high-heat olive oil, avocado oil, canola oil, butter, or something else? Picture your arteries as flexible hoses. They are not just pipes. They respond to pressure, inflammation, blood sugar, cholesterol particles, and the overall quality of your meals. A cooking oil that stays more stable under heat helps keep the meal from becoming more irritating than it needs to be. This is where the oil choice becomes important after 60. Older arteries usually lose some flexibility. Blood pressure concerns become more common. Cholesterol has had more years to leave its mark. The goal is not to chase one miracle food. The goal is to remove unnecessary stress from meals you already eat every week. Use avocado oil when the pan is hotter, especially for roasted vegetables, chicken, fish, or quick sautéed foods. Choose a reputable bottle, keep it sealed, and do not assume more is better. 1 tablespoon still carries calories, even when the fat type is better. The mistake is buying avocado oil for health, then turning every meal into an oily meal. A healthy oil is still a tool. It should coat the food lightly, not drown it. If vegetables drip onto the plate, the portion has gone too far. There is another mistake too. Some people use delicate oils for high heat because they heard those oils were healthy. That is where good nutrition turns against them. The right oil in the wrong temperature is the wrong choice. Avocado oil earns number 4 because it protects the cooking process. It gives seniors a safer option when heat is part of the meal. But heat stability is only one piece of the artery story. The next oil is not about heat, it is about the vessel wall. Oil number 3 is the nutty lining supporter with one serious rule. Walnut oil is easy to underestimate because it feels like a flavor oil. A little drizzle over salad or vegetables seems too small to matter. but its value comes from the kind of fats and plant compounds walnuts naturally carry, especially ALA omega-3 fats and antioxidants. After 60, the inside of the artery deserves special attention. That inner lining helps blood vessels relax, respond, and keep circulation moving smoothly. When inflammation is higher, blood pressure is poorly controlled, or cholesterol particles become more irritating, that lining carries more of the burden. Think of walnut oil like a small repair message added at the end of the meal. It is not scrubbing arteries, it is not dissolving plaque. It is helping the meal lean toward a more heart-supportive pattern, especially when it replaces creamy dressings, butter sauces, or processed toppings. The real-life consequence is simple. Many seniors eat salads that look healthy, then cover them with dressings full of sugar, salt, and poor-quality fats. The vegetables were helping, but the dressing pulled the meal in the wrong direction. Walnut oil can shift that pattern back. Use it cold, that is the rule. Drizzle a small amount over greens, cooked vegetables after they cool slightly, lentils, beans, or whole grain dishes. Keep it in a cool, dark place, and refrigerate it if the label tells you to. If it smells bitter or paint-like, throw it away. Here is the part most seniors miss. Walnut oil is not a frying oil. Heat damages its delicate character and wastes the reason you bought it. The same oil that supports a smart salad becomes a poor choice when pushed into a smoking pan. The practical shift is easy. Use a sturdy oil for cooking, then use walnut oil as a finishing oil. That one habit keeps the delicate fats away from heat and keeps the flavor strong enough that you need only a small amount. Walnut oil earns number 3 because it trains you to think differently. Not every oil belongs over fire. Some oils belong at the end, where they can support the meal without being damaged first. But the next oil is even more delicate. It has a stronger plant omega-3 identity, and it is also one of the easiest oils to ruin. Oil number 2 is the fragile omega-3 signal that must never meet the skillet. Flaxseed oil creates curiosity because it sounds powerful, but it punishes careless use. It is one of the richest plant sources of ALA, the omega-3 fat, that helps move the diet away from a constant overload of heavier fats. For seniors who rarely eat fatty fish, that plant omega-3 identity gets attention. But attention is not the same as proper use. Flaxseed oil is fragile. Light, oxygen, and heat all work against it. If you treat it like ordinary cooking oil, you destroy the very reason it is on the list. Think of flaxseed oil like a delicate letter to your blood vessels. It carries a useful message, but the message gets damaged if you pass it through fire. That is why it belongs in cold foods, not in a pan. After 60, this matters because circulation is often dealing with several pressures at once. Blood vessels stiffen, triglycerides can run high, blood pressure can creep upward. Inflammation often comes from more than one direction. A better fat pattern gives the body less confusion to handle. Use flaxseed oil in small amounts. Stir it into yogurt, drizzle it over cooled oatmeal, blend it into a dressing, or add it to cooked vegetables after they are off the heat. Buy a small bottle, keep it refrigerated, and finish it while it is fresh. This oil should not live beside the stove. The mistake is thinking stronger means more. More flaxseed oil does not mean cleaner arteries, it means more calories, more digestive upset for some people, and more risk of using it in a careless way. With delicate oils, precision beats enthusiasm. There is also a safety point. If you take blood thinners, have a bleeding disorder, have surgery planned, or have complex heart disease, discuss major diet changes with your clinician. Food is powerful enough to matter, especially when medication is already part of your care. Flaxseed oil earns number 2 because it teaches one of the most important lessons in this whole video. A heart-supportive oil is only helpful when you respect its limits. The wrong storage, wrong heat, or wrong portion can turn a smart choice into a wasted one. Now we arrive at the oil that wins not because it is rare, expensive, or dramatic. It wins because it is useful every day. Oil number 1 is extra virgin olive oil, the daily foundation oil after 60. This is the payoff, because extra virgin olive oil brings together the most important lessons from the entire countdown. It has monounsaturated fat for a better fat pattern, polyphenols for antioxidant and inflammation support, and a long-standing reputation inside Mediterranean-style eating. Most importantly, it fits real life. That matters. A perfect oil that sits unused in the cabinet does nothing. A delicate oil that requires special handling helps only when you remember the rules. Extra virgin olive oil earns its place because older adults can use it often, understand it easily, and build a routine around it. Here is the part most seniors miss. Extra virgin olive oil is not just oil. It is olive juice pressed from the fruit, with more natural compounds left inside when the quality is good. Those polyphenols are part of what separates it from plain refined oil. Think of your artery lining like the inside surface of a quiet river. The goal is smooth flow, less irritation, and better flexibility. Extra virgin olive oil helps the whole meal move in that direction when it replaces butter, creamy sauces, processed dressings, or cheap oils used again and again. It supports the artery story from several angles. The monounsaturated fat helps improve the daily fat pattern. The polyphenols help defend against oxidative stress. The flavor helps people enjoy vegetables, beans, fish, and whole grains. That last point matters more than people think. Many seniors do not fail because they need a perfect diet. They fail because the healthy meal feels dry, bland, and impossible to repeat. A small drizzle of extra virgin olive oil can make the better meal easier to live with. Use it on salads, cooked vegetables, beans, lentils, fish, and whole grain dishes. For gentle cooking, it works well when you avoid smoking the oil. For very high heat, use a more heat-stable oil and save extra virgin olive oil for finishing. The smartest kitchen is not loyal to one bottle for every job. The mistake is choosing the cheapest clear bottle and assuming it gives the same benefit. Look for extra virgin on the label. Choose a dark bottle or tin when possible. Store it away from light and heat. Buy a size you can finish while it is fresh. Another mistake is pouring freely because the oil is healthy. Your arteries do not need an oil flood. They need consistency, quality, and replacement. Use it to replace worse fats, not to add extra calories on top of the same old meal. Here is your fresh 10-second tip. Before you pour any oil, stop and ask, is this oil for heat or is this oil for finishing? If it is for high heat, choose a stable cooking oil. If it is for finishing, choose extra virgin olive oil, walnut oil, or flaxseed oil. That one question prevents the biggest oil mistake in the senior kitchen. Extra virgin olive oil is number one because it is the strongest daily foundation. It is not a cure for clogged arteries. It does not replace medication, walking, blood pressure control, cholesterol care, or a doctor's treatment plan. But as part of a smarter pattern, it helps turn the kitchen away from vessel stress and toward blood flow support. After 60, that is the real lesson. Your arteries are listening to the meal you repeat, not the oil you praise once. The bottle beside the stove looks small, but the habit behind it is not small at all. So the deeper lesson is not that every senior needs 5 oils in the cabinet. The lesson is that oils have jobs. Some handle heat, some belong cold. Some support the artery lining through better fats, antioxidants, and a less inflammatory meal pattern. That should feel reassuring. Your kitchen does not have to become complicated, and your plate does not have to become joyless. You do not need panic, and you do not need a miracle bottle. You need one smarter replacement, used correctly and repeated with discipline. Start with the oil you use most often, because that is the one speaking to your arteries every day. Choose one upgrade this week. Replace butter with extra virgin olive oil on vegetables, use avocado oil for hotter cooking, or stop heating delicate flaxseed and walnut oils. Small control is still control. When it becomes a routine, your family can see. One safety reminder matters. If you have heart disease, take blood thinners, have surgery planned, or are changing your diet because of a medical condition, speak with your doctor or pharmacist first. Food choices support care, but they do not replace care. If someone you love still thinks every oil is the same, share this with them today. A simple kitchen change becomes more powerful when the whole family understands it. Subscribe now to receive the next doctor-led senior health lesson as early as possible, especially if you want practical guidance that helps protect your heart, brain, blood flow, and daily energy after 60. And comment below, which oil is sitting in your kitchen right now? Write the name of the oil, and I will know what habit you are starting from. Thank you for spending this time with me. Keep learning, keep asking better questions, and keep treating your daily meals as part of your long-term health plan. After 60, small daily choices are not small to your arteries when they are repeated every single day, and your next meal is a place to begin.